Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here, 2:47 a.m. Wednesday, September 18th. Early in the morning, we are upgrading some of our Series 2 Skylanders. Just took Drill Sergeant down his primary path with the rockets. Brings us now, alphabetically, to our next character, which will be Drobot. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to keep this video separate like I did with LightCore Prism Break and Series 2 Prism Break, or if I'll combine it, kind of like we did with Stealth Elf and Igniter. Issue I did those, they were their legendaries. I'd use those extensively in my hard file, and they'd kind of had their base stuff. They just lacked like the Wow Pow and Path, essentially. That said, since we have both of these characters, I'm not going to read through everything to you here. I'm just going to go into Persephone to save time. That either means if I do combine these, it'll be a nice video and you'll have everything in one place, or if I don't, it'll be a shorter video and you can just kind of focus on the path and just know you can check out the other one in the next video. So LightCore Drobot had so much potential. Note where he's glowing there, it's not horrible. I mean, in game, in the figure, was real disappointing, just because again the potential with him. I mean, you've got your mechanical genius engineer robot dinosaur that everyone likes, and then it's like that's the light up, you know. But what really, this ultimate slap in the face, I still know of some people that have had trouble finding Series 2 Drobot, but when you put him in the game, he kind of glows not that much, but check it out when I put him on either this video or the next part. He has a glow there too, and it's kind of like, what gives, you know. That said, we're going to come in here. I think I'm going to take him down Clockwork Dragon. If you recall from SSA, I actually took our Series 1 Drobots down, I can't even think of the primary path with laser eyes, but speaking of that, his primary attack, that's what it looks like. I'm holding the A button down, you can press it, it does the same thing. Secondary attack is the blade gears, they kind of bounce around a little bit, but let's go ahead and get started.
Welcome back.
Wait, have I already... That was weird. I guess his fourth upgrade's locked. You must have to have something of these. Anyway, his first purchased upgrade, Thruster Flight. Press Z to fly and increase speed and armor while flying. Cost is 300. That should unlock his Soul Gem, which is Afterburners. I think. The thing is, you need 8520 with your 20 wing sapphires to upgrade a LightCore. Why not 11520? You do the math, that's missing 3000. That's the Wow Pow. Why the LightCores don't have the Wow Pow, I will never know. In my opinion, they should be like a step above the regular character. The flash bomb effect, in my opinion, should be user controlled, not when you put them on the screen. That said, maybe, you know, the intent was for young kids. If you have trouble with a level, you can bust out your LightCore and just, you know, wipe out some of the enemies giving you a problem. But personally, I think the LightCore is a great idea. I just think that they should have the Wow Pow. They should have everything the regular character has. The ability to switch paths, Wow Pow, and then take it above the notch, you know, with the flash bomb effect, which should be user controlled and I think rechargeable either after a set number of XP, or you level up, or then when you're at level 15 and can't go higher, the game knows, hey, you've acquired enough, you've got one stored up, and your little indicator flashes or something, you know, you can press A and B at the same time, what have you, to set one off. It's a long rant, I've gone into it before, I'll leave it at that. There it is, like I said, that unlocked two things. The first one is a Soul Gem here, Afterburners. The second is hover mode, so that's what the issue was. I'll showcase that to you now. I got on that tangent there, but for 420, we can get galvanized blade gears. Blade gears do increased damage. Interesting that he begins with flight. I always thought that was cool. There's the galvanized blade gears. They kind of look more like a saw blade now, I guess you could say. But that's hover mode, somewhat hard to control, and then of course when he crashes into something, it's over. So it does get better though. So Next up, we have the Axon Focus Crystals. The Eye Blasters do increased damage. The cost is $5.40. We'll go ahead and pick those up. I think he does 6 damage box stock, but he's real precise, real accurate. That's why I always say he's like the perfect character for his own challenge. They kind of got like more of a pragmatic purple, I guess I'll call that. Hopefully that makes sense. Main thing, they do more damage. Now, final purchased upgrade before we select a path is hover mode. Hold Z to hover. This is actually a big deal for him, so we'll take it. Now you need to pick a path. Master Blaster, further develop your blaster attacks. Ordinarily, since this is LightCore, if his eyes lit up like I thought they might, or the wings, I had all kinds of crazy ideas for LightCore Drobot. I would take Master Blaster, and then Series 2 I'd take down Clockwork Dragon. As is, my plan is, unless Clockwork Dragon is really, really awesome, I plan to take LightCore down Clockwork Dragon, and then I'm probably going to take Series 2 down Master Blaster. If this turns out to be insanely good, I might consider Clockwork Dragon. The issue I have, I really like Master Blaster, plus the Wow Pow actually is related to the blade gears. It's kind of like Dino Ringish. You can control one big blade gear, so I'm thinking that's what I'll do. So nonetheless, this will be my first time experiencing Clockwork Dragon. I'm pretty excited about it. Further develop your blade gear attack. We're going to go ahead and select that. Just save us the cutscene. Now, the big perk, we've got the lasers going, we got the galvanized blade gears. We can, that's hover, or I'm sorry, the thrusters, but you can kind of hover now. And that, of course, is going to be helpful. If you hold Z like I'm doing now, the reason I say that's helpful, he has his full arsenal of attacks at his disposal. When you release Z, he goes back into thruster, which is really fast. You can control it, but I mean, if there's any obstacle at all, you've got to make like a really wide turn or you're going to hit it. But the cool thing, say Callie's an enemy, I'm holding down Z, I'm blasting her, I'm hovering around. Say that I kill her and then more are approaching, go into thrust mode and go back to hover. Nonetheless, we want to focus on Clockwork Dragon now. I'm pretty excited about it.
Welcome back.
Alright, our first one down Clockwork Dragon is depleted uranium blade gears. Side note, anytime you see uranium in a video game, it's probably a good thing. Blade gears do even more increased damage. Cost is $10.20. I think the blade gears, what did those do? 15, I think. That's what I have on my spreadsheet anyway. So, nonetheless, those look awesome. I'm pretty excited about it. Upgrade number 2, explosive blade gears. This is even better. Blade gears explode on contact, doing damage to nearby enemies. Cost is $13.20. Pick that up. Probably can't showcase it. We'll need some enemies to activate the explosions. His final one down, Clockwork Dragon, is Tri-Spread Blade Gears. Press B to shoot 3 blade gears at once. Cost $1,800. Should be interesting. Basically, it adds 1 blade gear to the equation. Shame it's not 4. I mean, that would kind of make more sense to me. That said, it's kind of going to be one of those screen cleaners, it looks like. If those couches weren't there. You got 1 going straight, 2 wind off 45 degrees from there and fanning out. Finally, we're going to end with the Soul Gem. Again, pretty sad he doesn't have the Wow Pow. Soul Gem is Afterburners. You can fly faster, and the Afterburners damage enemies. That's the perk. If you're in a panic or something, as you get away, you'll damage enemies. The problem is it makes them that much harder to control, so we'll go ahead and grab that. I can't remember what I did that got him that much more money than he needed, but anyway, there goes the computer to sleep. He's fully upgraded now. There's the master, well, not master blaster, but it's crystals. The cool thing, you can just hold A. You've got full motion. The blade gears, though, are what we want to look at. We're now shooting 3 of them. They're explosive. Note how they're bouncing up the staircase. That one goes all the way across the screen. You can't shoot them again until they've depleted. Actually, you can do it. It's just right almost by the time they'd be gone anyway. Check that out, though. From his wings, you can see like the afterburner soul gem deal, so that's pretty sweet. What would be really cool is if he got like armor in the coming releases or something. That said, you know the drill. We're gonna take our fully upgraded Clockwork Dragon LightCore Drobot down Lightning Rod's heroic. The damage numbers here are probably gonna dictate what I do. So there it is. Fight, teleport, fight. Why do I do this one? It's quick, it's easy, there's a lot of enemies, and we can kind of assess damage.
So here's the stitch.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
So, let's see what these guys take. 7. So, I think the upgrade there, the base one, takes those from 6 to 7. There's probably times it'll do a little bit more. 28, wow. That's pretty sweet.
A teleporter has appeared.
Haven't really seen him explode yet. Maybe we can get a shadow knight with that. Wait, let me try the thrusters here. 40. That's ridiculous. It's just kind of hard to control, 28.
A teleporter has appeared.
And he's just a really overall great character, I think. Definitely been and will remain a fan favorite, I think. Again, I think a lot of it just has to do with what he is. He's a dinosaur robot, mechanical engineer, genius. I mean, it's got a little something for everybody, pretty much. But I'll play around with hover mode here in a second for you. Those afterburners are pretty dadgum impressive. Here we are just gonna hover, throw some blade gears out. We'll pretend there are enemies there. You get the idea what he can do. Problem is he can't turn. He's kind of like one trajectory there, but nothing too major. Let me try to bounce these and see. 42, I think that was finally an explosion, maybe. I didn't really get to see it, but
A teleporter has appeared.
the blade gear's
A
pretty
teleporter has appeared.
dadgum good. Only issue, I mean, if you might run into an area that's like an open area, doesn't have like the walls like we have here, that would make them less effective, just like Trigger Happy's bouncing bullets or something. But then again, I mean, this is just one upgrade on the eyes that's in the base path, and you see what the guy's doing with them. So, whoops, I wanted to land on the other one. Let's hover here.
Tribal mask revealed.
I mean, really can't go wrong with this path, I don't think. Like I said, the one thing to keep in mind, say we were like in an open level, those blade gears aren't going to bounce around as much, so you might have to rely more on your primary attack or something. The flip side, though, if you're in an open area that doesn't have walls, it's a lot easier to fly, and then you can use the afterburners and deal 40 damage. So it's kind of an even trade-off, in my opinion. Much easier to have the blade gears bounce, but on the flip side, if they can't do that because you're in an open plane, the afterburners more than make up for it. So this is 14-ish right now. I thought it was not going to load. I was going to be like, well, this is great. That's LightCore Drobot. He's fully upgraded down Clockwork Dragon. Again, really wish they would have let these guys have a WoW pal. That would have been nice. We will pull him. I may make a separate video. What I will do though, and the reason I pulled him, I'm not just randomly stupid. Although I can't find Drobot now. Where did he? Here he is. This will be a Series 1 Drobot.
Blink and destroy.
What I'm gonna do is go ahead and take him in here so I can make an educated decision on what I want to do. So we're gonna go into this one. This will give you an idea of what the other path will do with LightCore Drobot because there's no WoW POW. This is Master Blaster. So the first thing I'm gonna do is set these guys up 9. Nothing incredible, but note that there's 4 of them because they come from his wings. Let's try some blade gear action now. 21, so I mean it's just 7 shy there.
A teleporter has appeared.
I'm trying to think of everything that the lasers did.
A teleporter has
Surely it had to do more than that. This is like the ideal place to hover when you have enemies in a straight line. It just works out really well. I would have been better off not doing that, but I mean, you get the idea. If you did have like just a row of enemies or something, come in pretty handy. It'd be pretty sweet, really. So I did see, I think, a 42 one time out of those blade gears.
a teleporter has appeared.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to. Seen a couple of 13s out of this one.
A teleporter has appeared.
I don't know, Clockwork Dragon might be. Ha! Got roasted.
A teleporter has appeared.
I mean, even though he doesn't do much damage with anything, he may with the WoW POW, that'll change things, but he's still, I mean, just a great character. Beginners, I mean, you can upgrade him and you've got someone that can probably take you through some areas you're having trouble. Just spamming the eye lasers there, I mean, you get a feel for what he's capable of. Oh, I didn't think that guy was dead.
Teleporter has appeared.
Pretty fast in flight, as you can see there. I thought he could break through barrels when he flew. I'm just clearly not the case.
Tribal mask review. Heroic challenge complete.
So basically, and the reason I chose to do this here, one, I'll make the second video for Series 2 Dro, but this is as close as it's going to get for LightCore Drobot with Series 1. Master Blaster versus Clockwork Dragon, no WoW POW factored in. Afterburners, the Soul Gem, do 40 damage. That's your big deal. You're basically looking at 7. If you go Clockwork Dragon, your eye lasers, you're only going to have the front 2, not the wing ones, and they're going to do 7 damage. If you go Master Blaster, you're going to have 4, and you'll have 9 and 2, provided they hit, which they're probably not going to. You know, you'll be close quarters or just get one of the 4 to contact. And then Master Blaster's blade gears, you're going to be at 21, where Clockwork Dragons, you'd be at 28. So it's essentially a -2 primary and a +7 secondary on Clockwork Dragon. That would be a differential of +5, whereas Master Blaster, you're going to be +2 -7, which is -5, so it's a -5 +5, a 10-point differential, if you will. Mathematically, you have to give the edge to Clockwork Dragon. That said, this is Series 1 Drobot. You've probably seen me use them in SSA. Just spamming the lasers. I don't care that they only do 9 or even 7. If you go Clockwork Dragon, he is a beast with them. That said, Clockwork Dragon mathematically is the superior path. And in addition to that, I'm trying to get you a shot where you can see him come from his wings. Let's come. Well, wrong button.
Statistics impressive.
Yeah. Alright, right here we'll read about it. Dendrite focus crystals, more increased damage. Eye blaster beams explode on contact, doing damage to enemies. Didn't see much from that. And quadratic blasters. So that's like 3 upgrades to do right here. Axon focus crystals, that basically takes you to, well, heck, factory it might have been 6 or 7, and then I guess this would be 7 or 8, and then all these 3 combined to make 9, and then 2 from the wings, I think. So if it's like a big enemy, you could conceivably, I guess, maybe get some 11s or maybe some odd and end hires, but like I said, mathematically, Clockwork Dragon would be the one to take. And with Clockwork Dragon, you're getting the +7 on the blade gears. You get the extra blade gear, which is really the big deal when you start doing crunching numbers. You're going from 42 with your 2 blade gears at 21 on Master Blaster. Clockwork Dragon, you're losing 2 and 2 from your quadratic blasters, but you've got a 3rd blade gear that does 7 more. They're 28 apiece. That's what, 72 versus 42? That's +30. I don't know why I'm doing all this math at 3 in the morning, but I may have changed my mind. I might actually take Series 2 Drobot down Clockwork Dragon, just because it's mathematically the better path, but also he's still going to be able to spam the eye lasers, and they're just going to be doing 7 instead of 9 and rarely an 11, so it makes sense to me. The only benefit there is really if you take the primary path and the WoW Pal super awesome, it might kind of cancel this out. I'll read about it when we go back in there. But this was upgrading Series 2 LightCore Drobot. Again, kind of disappointing on the LightCore. Really sad they don't have a WoW Pal. What I did for a comparison and to make the best decision possible for my Series 2 Drobot is actually bring back in my Series 1 that we took down Master Blaster, compared everything for you. I've crunched all the numbers. Hopefully you don't watch this at 3 in the morning and maybe it'll mean something to you. But bottom line, mathematically, man, Clockwork Dragon is a superior path, I believe. And you have to realize all you're really giving up is the 2 damage points and then the quadratic blasters, which come from the wing, which do 2 damage. Sometimes it would have to be like a big enemy, maybe a Shadow Knight side or something enlarged by a Spellpunk Blitzer Bullies. But like a troll or something, you're basically going to take them out with the primary eye lasers that are going to do 9 damage. And you have to realize that on Clockwork you're doing 7, and same result essentially. I may have just talked myself into taking Series 2 down Clockwork, which that's why I'm glad I did it this way. I brought in Series 1 to investigate, and now I think Series 2 will be that much better. That said, Master Blaster, great path. You can take that one, you know, and I realize it doesn't mathematically match up, but like I said, I mean, you can just hold the A button down, move him around freely. He's going to do some incredible damage for you. That said, this worked out pretty well. LightCore Drobot's now fully upgraded here in part 160. I'm going to come back. 161 will take on Series 2 Drobot. Cool thing there, I can probably breeze through the video for you. I'll just reference this one and tell everyone to watch that to know why I picked Clockwork Dragon. But main thing, we get to check out the WoW Pal, and if I ever change my mind, Series 2s, you can switch paths. So again, best of both worlds. It is a really cool pose on that one. But this was LightCore. Only time I'll really ever use LightCore Drobot is if I just need the LightCore effect, which maybe in nightmare mode, you know, it might come in handy or something. If I'm like trying to get to chapter objectives, I think is when it would be really big. Then again, you know, like I say, if you play, you're not that great, or your kids play, you're having trouble, LightCores are a very useful function in the game at that point in time. But for more skilled or seasoned players, it's kind of just a little disappointing on the LightCores. But that said, if you're just getting into the game, you don't want to go hunt down Series 1 Drobot, you'd rather have Series 2 and the LightCore. It's a nice combination. You can take one down each path, you're set. So I'll quit rambling though. I want to get in here and see what his WoW Pal's like. And then we've got Trigger Happy. I guess I'll upgrade him instead of going for the 50,000. That's ridiculous. But questions, comments, feel free to ask here on YouTube for a quicker response. Suggest you check out the blog, oneofwisdom.com. I have a link at the top of this video description box right below the video, if that makes any sense to you. And take that. I think I'm going to divide it up. Series 2, so I'm going to do it by element. That'll keep the blog post shorter. And you can just come in there, watch the videos. I'll have everything referenced for you. And if you have questions or comments, throw them up there. I'll usually get to them within a day or two on the blog. But make sure to subscribe. That way you'll stay up with all the latest. Likes are definitely appreciated, but you can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Again, thanks for watching. Clockwork Dragon, pretty cool, definitely did not disappoint, but I'm going to can this, go into 161, upgrade Series 2 Drobot. Again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here for Series 2 Drobot.